This is my Potter's Journal for Christmas Week 2023. I'm Jeff. What better time for an unboxing video, a collecting pottery video than this week? Except I couldn't wait! I couldn't wait, as you can see. I already opened it. I got this. When do you do your Christmas shopping? Back in October, when it came in mid-October. I even thought I could just peek and see what was in it at the time. So look, I opened it upside down. It is from the UK. It is from Matt Grimmitt's Pottery. Okay, let's see what's going on in the studio today. I am a collector, but maybe a bad one. I don't use the stuff. It sometimes gets packed away in boxes, as you've seen. But then I'm not a mug collector. In fact, I make a point of not collecting mugs. Why? Maybe because I don't like making them myself. Maybe because so many people are mug collectors. And back here behind the wheel, yes, I did get a puppy for Christmas. Yes, I do collect them when they stand out to me and say something. Cups and mugs, people I've known. This, okay, I'll put the links below to making this. And I saw, okay, him put the stamps on there. And thought, well, that just looks so out of place. Is this somebody whose pottery I so admired had completely lost it? Then, 2 weeks later, the video comes up with pouring on first. Okay, upside down, first with a cup, pouring on the yellow slip, and then over top the black. And then the comb through with the snowboarder moves. And all I could think was, wasn't that just so genius? And I am sure that those are snowboarder moves. I spotted the video last winter, and it was so in the moment when I saw it made, I wanted the piece. Except no international shipping. Well, as you can see, he worked that out for me. That wasn't easy to do. It was also in the moment. Okay, there's a nice postcard in the package too. Okay, do you want to see this collector in action? This is separate. Matt Grimmitt Slipware Pottery Shop from his work at Winchcombe Pottery. Look at that. Look at that. A new series of mugs. There's still some here from the first series, the series that I got. And I think a few of the tea bowls too. I think I looked at this one and was seriously considering that at the time. Okay, collector in action. The jugs maybe are a bit out of my price range, but I did look at one from Winchcombe that was out of the soda kiln there. I'm not a mug collector, not a mug collector. And I should have held off maybe and got something like this. However, in the end, okay, collector in action. Look at these, a new series of mugs. Look at these things. Is that wild or what? Okay, is this pulling really in-depth the contemporary version of the Staffordshire loose free slip throwing trailing? This has got the madness of his early pieces, a little less controlled than the Winchcombe pieces. But back to the Staffordshire. You know what? Let's talk about that. So Staffordshire, there is still more in here, but I opened this upside down because I thought maybe I could fool you and do a fake unboxing. There is, I like to examine how people wrap stuff too. Okay, so it was wrapped in here. So many amateurs have bubble wrap and fancy string and all kinds of bought material. Well, okay, here's somebody who's wrapped a lot of pottery, a manager for Winchcombe Pottery, in addition to his own. So the mug was carefully placed in there. Paper was stuffed in everywhere. And the reinforcement for the box, which I always think is important. So we've got the walls reinforced in case, you know, something is really crushed in the shipping. But what I didn't know about what was on the top of the box, since I opened it from the other end. and reinforced because the box was maybe a bit thin, but completely protected on the edges and ends with the tape. And it looks like his dog's prudence and variety good. I won't be getting a new dog soon, but okay, I did get another puppy. Maybe I'll foster one. What else was in the box? I guess he had seen a video of mine back when I was recovering from Lyme's disease, doing a Michael Cardew book review, maybe. A friend from France sent me a shard from Winchcombe Pottery, and I guess I had mentioned also his grandfather, Elijah Comfort, who had worked there as well, and he had said maybe he could get me some more shards, which apparently I'm a collector of now. So what else was in the box? What else was in the box? What else? That was all it took. That was all it took. That was all it took to tell me, just that quick glance, there's a piece of Staffordshire ware. And completely stunned, I just paced back and forth with it. The English slipware has been consuming my reading, but there's only so much you can get from a book without actually seeing it. And just pacing now, completely stunned, whereas a year ago I had traveled to South Carolina to see David Drake pottery and had the bonus of actually seeing the Staffordshire ware for the first time. Now, how do we do this proper? I was completely stunned at the Charleston Museum to see a cup with just barely enough shards holding it together to say that it was a cup, and down on my hands and knees looking in a lowercase window, and now to have my hands on a piece. And this was a job I had back in university days, getting off all the old matting and tape and acid stuff on paintings and rematting and framing, and making sure that we don't put, I'll have to get some curate gloves, the oil from the hand into the back of it. But here's the first thing I see, not only a nice shard of Staffordshire ware, most probably 18th, 19th century, but look at that. Right there at the bottom is where the feathering bit, the trailed on and the feathering bit is. So actually quite a nice piece. And as far as copying, or this is a technique I've been doing so much with slipware, wanting to try something like that, I realized that, you know, I do my own stuff, and maybe I don't have to. And at first that trailing and feathering thing looks a bit beyond me, but you know, I do have my own way of doing it. That's really just a variation, which is maybe a little easier to see up here. So rather than the feathering, I do those giant swipes through with a rib. Collecting pottery, holding it in your hands, seeing it for yourself. So much more and better than just reading about it in a book. This should be a segue into collecting my work, okay? Which people have done. You can get me on Facebook. If you don't look like a robot, I'll respond in the message section. But collecting pottery, okay, addictive too. Okay, wait till you see. And I didn't think mugs was a big deal. I would have liked to have got a larger piece. But with the mugs, wait till you see what I collected next. Okay, the next step, the next phase, the next series of Matt Grimmitt mugs. Stop back and see what comes in the mail, maybe next week.